recorded. Okay. So 55 to 61, very few six verses, Bhagwan gave the answers to Arjuna's question. The person whom is very balanced person in life, right? The person who has equal consideration for good and bad, pain and happiness. How does that person live in this world of the natural materialistic world? Where does he sit? Where he is established all the time? What is his focus all the time? What is his walk of life? What does he speak and what words he uses? These are the questions. Bhagwan tried answering those questions from 55 to 61, and also he will continue. But in 55 to 61, he gave a very good brief summary. Now, does anyone remember what did he tell in 55 to 61? So Bhagwan said that, first of all, let me clarify your own word. You said sthita prajna. Prajna means what? What is prajna? Wisdom. Wisdom means what? The application of knowledge, the act of application of knowledge, the existence, the ability to retain the knowledge that you have gained and using that knowledge. When you start using it, it becomes a wisdom. If you don't use it, it does not, right? So these are the people who not just learn what Bhagavad Gita or what are the good attributes of a person, but also try utilizing them. It is not only for like a dictionary for them. They keep using all these good things on a day-to-day basis. That is a sthita prajna. And why it is called a sthita? It is called sthita because it is always stationed. This person is always stationed in that true knowledge about Paramatma and the lessons and teachings of the Guru. That is nothing but, the words of Paramatma coming through various people to us. Now, those knowledge areas, the Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha will not try to leave. He will always stick to that, he or she. This is the first attribute. Okay. So, Sthita Prajna has been clarified. Now, once Sthita Prajna has been clarified, Bhagwan also says that this person will not try to look for happiness outside. See how beautifully he explained in the first definition itself. He said, Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha is somebody who does not look for happiness outside. Where does he look then? He looks for the happiness inside. What is there inside to feel happy about? What is so special about inside to feel happy about? Anger, jealousy, lot of desires, greed. I want more. This is what is there inside. In my case, how can I be happy? Bhagavan says, Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha may have all of these, but he will still find out, okay, it is something like this. Suppose if you have kept your textbook somewhere in the house, okay, you have kept the textbook somewhere in the house, very beautiful textbook, let's say Bhagavad Gita, somewhere you have kept it. Your room is all clumsy, but it is somewhere in the room. You know that, but you cannot see that. What will you do? Kriti, what will you do?
I will search in all the cupboards.
You will search in all the cupboards. While when you open the cupboard, you may find all the unnecessary books. What will you do then first? You will slowly remove those unnecessary things and lift things up, pull things out, and then see if something is available that you want. Bhagavad Gita is there or not. You will search, right? Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha also has complete knowledge. He knows that Bhagwan is within me. And what he does, he looks for Krishna inside. He says, oh my God, I have such a beautiful soul. How can I miss looking into it? So this Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha first opens the cupboard. He sees anger. He says, oh, this is not what I was looking for. He will just push that aside. And he will see jealousy coming out. He said, oh my God, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not my Bhagavad Gita. He pushes that also out and slowly finds out where Paramatma is residing in the inside layers of the heart, where only the kind emotions and goodness live. That's where he finds the presence of Paramatma. And then he's so satisfied that he always revels in that. He said, oh my God, Krishna is there in me. Let me play with him for some time. Let me sing his songs now for next half an hour. Let me chant few verses of him for next 2 hours. Oh my God, let me help others because Krishna wants to help others, not me. So let me do something for the others. This is constant revelation of, flowing in Paramatma, understanding every aspect of him, not searching from him for him anywhere outside, but internally, and then being satisfied. Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha. That is the kind of person who will be helping himself by looking into himself for the Paramatma, and then established himself into the concept of goodness. Why? Because Lord Shri Krishna is all about compassion. Lord Shri Krishna is all about kindness. Lord Shri Krishna is all about good things, right? Serving. So he feels contented with all of that. Then Bhagwan said, Dukkheshu anadvikna manaha sukheshu vigataspruha. You abuse him, you say some bad words to him, you put him into all different sorts of troubles, he'll still be able to keep up a beautiful smile. You give him absolutely everything, lot of pleasure, lot of wealth, lot of money, fame and everything, he will still keep up the same simple smile. He will not become overly arrogant when he is smiling. Smile will not turn into a wild laughter. No, it will still be a decent, simple smile, thanking God for what he is doing, right? He sometimes helps when it is painful. He sometimes helps when it is good times. So he keeps up that smile. That is Sthita Prajna Lakshana. Then he says, Vita, he leaves. What are the 3 things he leaves? 3 things in the same sequence. Raga, Bhaya, Krodha. Raga means attachments, likings. I like this, I like that. He leaves that. As soon as he leaves that, fear goes away. As soon as the fear goes away, anger also goes away. We discussed about that, right? How these 3 are related to each other. If I like something a lot, if somebody is trying to take it away, I'll be fearing that someone may take it away. So I will, safeguard it all the time just because I'm afraid. That is fear. Now, let's say somebody finds out thing that I like and he or she tries to get it away from me. Then what I will do? Come on, let's fight. Right? So we will do that. That's anger. So if we lose one, then automatically the second one will be lost. If we lose the second one, automatically the third one will be lost. All these 3 will be lost. Hey, you need to understand one thing. When Bhagwan is saying that Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha will leave Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, doesn't that mean that these 3 actually exist in him? If there were not unnecessary books in the cupboard, there is nothing to pull off. There is nothing to wipe off. There is nothing to sidetrack, isn't it? Because you have all the unnecessary books in the cupboard, you have to pull it off and say, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. This is not what I want, right? You'll have to say that until you get Bhagavad Gita, unless you find Bhagavad Gita somewhere inside, isn't it? Similarly, Sthita Prajna Lakshana Purusha also will have Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, but he will leave it off. He said, oh, this is not what I want, sorry. Aside. Oh, this is not what I want. Throw it off. And finally, he will pick up Paramatma, which is Bhagavad Gita. So this is how he operates in the day-to-day life. Whenever it is okay, nobody is saying that a Sthitadhi Purusha will not get angry. A Sthitadhi Purusha will not get jealous, will not get unnecessary desire. He or she may get that, but he will not give any weightage to that. The moment it comes into the mind, it says, get out. I don't want you. I'm not looking for you. Sorry. Get away. Anger comes, he said, okay, I know you are anger. I don't want you. I want Paramatma. So please, some other place. Don't come to me. This is what he says. He instructs himself. Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha is also about that. It is about self-disciplining. Such a person is a very self-disciplined person. Then Sarvatran Abhisneha. Sarvatran Abhisneha Tattat Prapya Shubhashubham Nabhinandati Nadveshti Tasya Prajna Patishtha. He looks into everything. Everything is equally close to him. He has no enemy at all anywhere. You speak to me in good words, you are a good friend of mine. You are not speaking good words, you are still a good friend of mine. I do not have any disparity between good and bad. I am not overly close to anyone. I am not overly close to anyone. I am not hateful of anybody. That's the kind of person he or she is. These are the attributes of a gentleman. Now, this is the definition of a gentleman. This is how one should live in this material world. Not too much closeness, not too hated as well. You just be with them. That's it. There's only one that you can be very close to. And that we will see what he says. Na abhinandati, na dveshti. He will not feel great about when you put the buttery words. He will not hate you when you are using abuses and trying to do something bad. Such will be the person. And then he says, he is just like a normal human being like us, like how Kriti is now sitting here. She may think, what, did you eat dinner, Nana? No, see, she did not have dinner, but she will have something. She may be hungry. It's late for her, right? 6:30 in the evening. She may be hungry. She'll say, what did Amma make today? What Amma is going to make today? She will get distracted. But now, why she is getting distracted? She's hungry. Poor girl. She's little girl. Late in the evening, she will probably be hungry, right? How can she stop not being hungry? That is a natural phenomena. Similarly, Bhagwan has given us the gates: eyes, nose, mouth, tongue, right? Little tongue inside, then skin. All of these are available to us, ears. Now we have to use it. Even if you are not using it, let's say if somebody is shouting, Sheetal shouts. If she shouts, then how can I say I did not hear anything? It will come to my ear, it will strike my ear, and it will follow through and it will go to my brain, and then it will capture everything. If that shouting is like petting something, like a nice pet that she is playing with, I can understand that this is all good music for me. Something happy thing is going on with Sheetal. Now, if she is yelling at somebody, then so, oh my God, Sheetal is mad today. These are the immediate judgments I make based on the sound I am hearing. So you cannot avoid that. You cannot avoid what comes into the contact of these five senses, Indriyani, right? But what you can do, what does tortoise do? When it sees the enemy, it pulls itself into the shell. Likewise, one can always get their senses away from what is coming. That means what? Stop seeing bad, stop listening bad, stop speaking bad. Is that what you mean? No, it's not just that. It means that you have to cut the link somewhere. Which link can you cut? So what is the link? Let us take one example. Okay, I always take the example of food. Let's say Amma is making some nice dish today in the kitchen. We are in the class here. What will happen if she is making some nice dish? The smells, the aroma will flow through all the house. It will come to my nose, isn't it? Once it comes to my nose, what I will do, my nose will say something beautiful is being cooked. You will like it, Pawan. And then it goes to my manaha. It says, beautiful Pawan, you should have it. Forget about the class. Now go eat something and come back. Give a small break, go eat and come back. This is what it will say. Right? So that's the whole process. Now, I can cut this link multiple ways. One, I can put a mask or I can put some, perfume around me so that I cannot smell anything else other than that. Close the nose, I will die. I cannot do that, right? That's one thing. Or I can cut the link from nose to my manaha, which is difficult, which is very, very difficult, but it is possible. The moment the thing comes to my nose, I should say, I don't want to smell this. I want to smell the flowers that are offered to Bhagwan. I want to smell the incense sticks that is offered to Bhagwan. This is way too less than that. Give something higher than what you want to avoid, you will automatically avoid that. Right? So, Aki, if there is one good time pass, how do you pass your time usually?
I read books.
You read books, right? So let's say if you want to avoid reading books, what you should do?
Put them away somewhere I can't see them.
I will tell you, it's easy. Log on to an application called as Snapchat. Or TikTok. You see, Sheetal is giving more ideas. Or TikTok.
I don't have TikTok and I don't like Snapchat.
Example, just an example. So what happens is anything that occupies your mind more than what you have at hand, you will automatically lose the priority. So there is always a priority. You can always put something which is a higher priority, then this becomes smaller. Today, if I am spending a lot of time talking, if I want to avoid talking, the only thing that will make me stop talking is give me something to paint or give me something to write within a time frame. And you will find me not talking at all during that time. Why? Because my focus is completely into that writing. This is what happens. So here also, the prioritization happens, and like how tortoise feels that its life is more important than being able to walk or talk, it actually pulls itself completely inside the shell. It says, okay, if I'm not able to walk, if I'm not able to eat anything outside, that's fine, but I want to protect my life first. That is more priority for me. So it pulls everything inside. It cuts the link between the external world and itself. Now, this is exactly what Bhagwan don't want us to do. So he immediately tells in the next verse that, hey, listen, you cannot close your ears and close your eyes. That is not possible in this world. Close your nose, you will die. What you can do is rasavarjam, the taste of it, that you leave it. So if you know that by talking a lot, let's say if I get immense happiness, leave that taste of talking. Forget what you get when you talk. Don't take that. Don't own that. Don't own that result. Don't own that emotion that you get after doing certain activity. That is one way to cut down the liking, mad liking for that activity. You can cut it down that way. Right? So that is the next tip he has given. These are all the life tips, Kanna. If in life, for example, if we are ending up into some addiction, some kind of addiction, watching TV is also like that, which is actually making us defocus from what we want to do. And we really want to work around it. The only way possible is to not own the taste of it, which means ignoring what emotion it brings back to you, which also means that there should be something else you should be tying up to, which is of a higher cause, better than this, right? Automatically, you will lose the priority on this one. So that's one thing Bhagwan mentioned. And then finally, he said the 59th, right? Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha. You just don't eat anything and say, I am not eating, so I am good. I have control over gulab jamun now. The next moment you bring that, this guy is back in action again. We have seen so many people I think it's a very typical example in India also, right? Where there will be a month where you will be very, 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 very cautious, not doing anything wrong. Best example is this month where people go to Shabarimala Yatra and Kartika Masam, right? The whole year they do bad things, they talk, they yell, they do all things that are not supposed to be done. In that 1 month, you should see how devoted they are to Lord Ayyappa, walking on bare feet, taking early morning shower with cold water, nothing else. They will eat only like sattvic food that they make, getting up, right? They'll be always clean. They'll just focus on Paramatma. They'll just do bhajans throughout the day. Nothing else they would do. Now, having that 1 month period, once that is done, they come back to the normal. There are few who come back to your normal life doing all the bad things back again. Smoking, drinking, everything back in normal. See, that is what Bhagavan is saying. If you just are thinking and understanding the previous verse as cutting down from the material world, like this particular month of auspicious month, where you just do something totally different and consider yourself as pure, it is not enough. Niraharasya dehinaha, but just not eating, you will not lose the desire to eat. Right? By just closing the mouth, you will not close the desire to eat. You have to kill the desire to eat. Rasa varjam, the taste of what you get after eating, that you have to leave. You have to leave the affinity towards sweet. You have to consider sweet and sour exactly the same. That's when you will not like kala jamun over something else. That's when you can avoid it easily. So that since 59 he mentioned, 60 he mentions, yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramadhini haranti prasabham manaha. One who is very, 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 very determined in following the path of Lord Shri Krishna, not getting deviated from anything, want to always be good, for such a person also, my dear Arjuna, Bhagavan says, he cannot escape the strong, turbulent force of indriyas, senses. Those senses are much, much, much powerful than this strong person. Why? They can still deviate him from his track. That is the power of indriyas. Who gave that power to the indriyas? None other than Lord Shri Krishna himself. Okay. So he said, even the strongest, determined, highly resolute bhakta will also get easily deviated. Such is the power of these indriyas. Is he trying to caution Arjuna that just because you have been following, 3 months, you've been in the right path, does not mean that the first day after the 3rd month you will be the same person. No, there is always a possibility that you will deviate. Such is the power of deviation. So, but then 61 is giving extra confidence. Tani sarvani samyamya. Such all deviations, one who can control. How he can control? Bhagavan, you are saying it is not possible to control. And you're saying in the 61, you are saying one who can control everything. How can I do that, Bhagavan? He says, don't worry. Read the line completely. Yukta asita matparaha. That is the secret. That is the secret. Such person, there is no deviation at all. What does that mean? Yukta asita matparaha. Bhagavan says, one who is constantly trying to focus upon me, he cannot be deviated. Rest all other can be deviated. So what is the secret now here? Secret is, whatever you do, connect that activity to Lord Krishna. Think of him every moment. That is the only way out of this trap. Okay? Such a person, vashehi yasya indriyani tasya prajna pratisthita. That person will have complete control on the indriyas also. The only way possible to get out of this indriya trap, the sense trap, is to constantly remember Lord in whatever we are doing. Even if I'm sitting, watching TV, talking to people, eating, playing, working, keep him always by your side. Think about him, chant about him. Connect whatever you are doing to him and his cause, the higher cause. That's how you will not get deviated and will have indriyas in your full control. They will become your slave. That's what Bhagwan is trying to give here. Okay, now let's go to 62. Who can repeat after me? Kriti Talli, will you repeat? These two are called as ladder of fall. Okay, 62 and 63. We'll do that combined. Unmute చేసుకున్నాను. Are you ready? ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसाम्
ध्यायतो विषया
पुंसः पुंसः కాదు పుంసః అంటే మనుషులు. ఓకే, ధ్యాయతో విషయాన్ పుంసః
ధ్యాయతో విషయా పుంసః
సంగస్తేషూపజాయతే
సంగస్తేషూపజాయతే
సంగాత్ సంజాయతే కామః
సంగాత్ సంజయతే కామః
సంగాత్ సంజాయతే కామః
సంజాత్ సంగాత్ సంజయే కామః
కదమ్మా, సంజాయతే సంజాయతే
సంజాయతే కామః
కామాత్ క్రోధోభిజాయతే
రామాత్ క్రోధోభిజాయతే.
ప్రణవి తల్లి, నెక్స్ట్ వన్ 63. క్రోధాత్ భవతి సమ్మోహః
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः
सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः
सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः
स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः
स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो
बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति
बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
अक्षिता तल्ली, let's try doing 62 nana. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः
संगस्तेषूपजायते
संगस्तेषूपजायते
संगात् संजायते कामः
संगात् संजायते कामः
कामात् क्रोधोभिजायते
कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते.
पद्मचली, you're there?
Yes, sir, Bana.
Okay, na 63 చేద్దాం. क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः
सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः
सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः
स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः
स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो
बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति
बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति.
So this is called as, these two 62 and 63 are famously called as the ladder of fall. ఒక మనిషి ఎలా దిగజారిపోతాడు అనే దానికి ఈ రెండు శ్లోకాలు, they are the stepping stones. We will always, if we are going down in our life in terms of non-achievements, if we feel that our identity is lost, if we feel nobody is recognizing us, the answer to that is lying in here. It all starts with dhyayato, focus. Where is my focus? Vishayan, objects. If I am looking at the objects that are coming in contact with my senses, and if my focus is always that, for example, my job, when I work, I do get some appreciations. There will be an email from somebody, top leadership. Hey, good job. Makes a public announcement, gets some appreciations. No, this is something coming outside. It is hitting me now. This is an object. First thing, my eyes will look at it. Then say, oh my God, beautiful words from such a big leader. It will come to contact my eyes. It will not stop there. It will pass through to my heart. But first thing is my focus. There will be another email where somebody would be asking, Pawan, I need your help. Can you please provide me this help? I have to get it done in next half an hour. I need your help and support. I'm not getting enough help from others. Can you please help me out? Wait, man, I got this. Let me celebrate this moment. There are a lot of, sorry, dude. I'll have to tell this to my wife. I have to broadcast it. I have to put this into my, Facebook and all, LinkedIn and all that. Just wait. We'll come to that. What is this? Focusing, dhyayate, where I am focusing on the objects of person. Now, the request that came was also something that is contacting my eye, but it is not capturing it. It is not, I'm not, giving a priority to that. I'm giving priority to something else, but still, these are something that are catching my attention. These are just the objects. I should have treated both the same, because they are simply two objects coming in contact with these two small balls called as eyeballs, and then getting some information to my mind. That's what they are doing. Those both emails are same for me. They are just two objects, but I have special focus on something. This is called dhyayate, dhyana, focus, meditation. I am meditated. I'm focused, overly focused on to the objects of the world. It could be money, gold, ornaments, eatables, cars, anything. So I'm focused. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. People start focusing on the objects first. This is the first stop. First, you have to stop that. If you don't stop that, what it will cause? Bhagavan says, sangaha, the attachment that is now existing between you and the object, sangaha will be caused because of that object. If the object is not there, then there is no attachment. If there was no email in my mailbox, I would not have been overly focusing on to that. Let's say on a day when I log into my office, nothing is there in the mailbox, no emails. What will I do? I'll go for a coffee and have a coffee. Simple. No discussion there, right? Because this email has come into my mailbox, something has happened in my life. Because money has come into my bank account, I have something that is going on in my heart on how to manage that money. If I didn't have money, simple life, right? So first is focusing on and meditating upon the objects of the world is the first problem. If you don't stop there, it will convert into something called as sangaha. Sangaha means attachment. Now, you should have controlled there. You should have just controlled by saying, I have equal priority for both. I am not attached to you than him. I am equal to both. Money is as equivalent than anything else in my life. So I don't care whether it comes, doesn't come. It's just like a piece of paper. Now, I didn't go there and I said, no, I want money. So I love lots of money, millions I want, right? So the moment I said that, attachment, sangaha. Now, once sangaha came, sangaha will not stop there. He says, sangat sanjayate kamaha, greed, lust and greed. Once you get attachment, once you know something is good for you, you will not stop once acquiring it. You will say, some more. You will not stop. You don't know where to stop. That is called kamaha. Sanga to kama. So Vishaya, Sanga, Kama. Now, mad desire, right? Then what if you don't get it? I have such a mad desire for earning lots of money. What if I lose my job? What if I lose my business? Fear. Why fear? Because you have that strong desire to get something. You also come with it comes with a parcel, with a label or a sticker on it. And that sticker is called as fear. If you didn't have that mad liking, there was no fear at all. Now, because of this attachment and lust and greed that you want to gain more and more, this desire, you also get to fear. Bhaya. Kamat, krodho, and bhaya leads to krodha. We have seen that. So, kama will result into krodha, anger. When you don't get it, you see a lot of business people, when they lose the targets, when they lose money, they get highly mad, aggressive, yelling all the way, right? Krodha. What will krodha do? He's saying next. Krodha leads to smruti vibhrama. Smruti means memory. Vibhrama means lost, lack of memory. In anger, person loses all the memory that he has, which means anger is the reason why we don't remember certain things. Now, Smriti Vibhrama, if your Smriti is gone, if the knowledge is gone, if the ability to retain, that is called memory, is lost, then what will your intellect do? Intellect depends on buddhi, depends on the knowledge, right? Buddhi depends on the memory, right? To take a decision. But if the memory is lost, then what will intellect do? It will say, I don't know what to do, Pawan, sorry, I cannot decide anything. Buddhi nashaha. Buddhi will go away. It will stop working the way it should work. Once that happens, once the intellect stops and telling you what is right, what is wrong, because it lost the contact with something called as memory, because you were angry, because you had a strong desire, because you had an attachment, because you came in contact with an object of this materialistic world. See the sequence? Once buddhi stops operating, that person is equal to, we can call him or her as dead, intellectually dead. A person who cannot make a distinguish between what is right or wrong is not a person. He is an animal. He lost his identity as a human being. So that will be the reason. Duryodhana is one great example like that. He has everything, but he lost everything. Right? So Bhagavan says this is called ladder of fall. You need to understand where it starts. Very simple. This is called root cause analysis. In our scriptures also there is root cause analysis. This is what it is. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangaha ta upajayate. It will give rise to sangaha. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Sanga will give rise to greed. Kamat krodho abhijayate. Kama will give rise to krodha, anger. Krodhat bhavati sammohaha. In anger, you will get into illusion. You will have illusions. You will see something wrong as right, right as wrong. You will be confused. In that confused state, you will lose your memory. Smriti vibhramaha. Once you have smriti, the memory is lost, then that leads to buddhi nashaha. And once buddhi is gone, such a person is called pranashyati. He is no more. He is finished. So be very careful where it starts. Observe where you are today. I may be somewhere in the middle. So I have to roll back again. I should not go down because it is ladder of, that's why this is called as ladder of fall. This is how you fall down in life. Very, very beautiful way to understand why things happen in our life that happen. Okay? Just keep thinking about it. and we will continue in the next session. Right? Let's do the closing prayers. Om Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. If possible, keep Bhagavad Gita near your deity and do a namaskaram to Bhagavad Gita and keep Krishna in your thoughts for today. And always, but at least today being an auspicious day, right? All right. Thank you, everyone. Once again, happy Gita Jayanti. See you all next Sunday, next Saturday. Same time.
Thank you, Uncle.
Jai Shri Krishna. Bye.